I think this is how I think they should have done it. If they wanted to go with, his anger just kind of taking him over and he beats Darth Maul that way, I would have liked for Anakin to be present there to kind of put in Anakin's head that the dark side is powerful and then start his journey to the dark side there.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah.
But no, he's playing Gallica.
Galaga. Actually, he's at this point he's playing my starship. No, he actually destroys the control ship before Darth Maul gets his comeuppance. But yeah, he's not around. He's out playing fake starfighter.
I personally think that, man, it was great for the fight scene. It was great. Ray Park, Darth Maul, awesome. Very awesome fighter. He's really trained in, all the martial arts and all this stuff. And it was a greatly drawn out scene. But as far as the story goes, oh my God, they ruined what could have been a very great, villain.
Yep.
It's just terrible.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's the Fed effect.
Yeah, definitely. The Fed effect. I'd never heard of that, but yeah.
I made it up just to let you know.
The Fed effect. Is that a TM on that?
Yeah, I'm trademarking that right now.
So we're all 0153 on the Fed effect?
I'll give it to him because that's what it is, man. It's the Fed effect. You thought Darth Maul was going to be this huge badass that comes in and, just makes short work of everybody. And
he makes short work of Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean,
he's fighting two Jedi. One's a master. And the only reason he's not on the council, quote unquote, is because he goes against them all the time because he's the dude, or he's Jack Bauer, whatever. So you get Darth Maul's destruction at the hands of Obi-Wan, which is a pretty cool death, I guess. It's just
no,
it's a cool, it's a good cinema trick.
That whole thing is just bad.
I think I agree with you that Darth Maul should have stuck around, but if you're going to dispatch the guy, at least get him cut in half by...
Darth Maul should have, injured Obi-Wan and, escaped somehow or whatever, man. He should have gone on to the next movie. It would have made it worth watching.
Yeah.
I won't even go into how Episode 2 is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Yeah, we'll get to that next podcast. Look forward to that because we're going to rip Episode 2. If you thought we were bad with Episode 1, you have no clue. Because Episode 2 is the worst, most disappointing movie I've ever seen in my entire life. And that's saying a lot. Anybody disagree with that statement?
I don't. I don't. Oh my God. Episode 2 is... Oh.
Yeah, Episode 2 is just not good.
So, we win. Everybody wins. Anakin half-wittingly destroys the control ship, which disables the droid army, and Jar Jar half-wittingly destroys half of the droid army before the command and control. Well, they get captured, and he surrenders really quickly, rather. And everybody wins. The three phases all triumph, predictably. And we have a recycled awards ceremony / scene, kind of reminiscent of the end of Episode 4, where everybody gets together and it's a love fest, and you kind of expect to hear freaking Ewoks in the background singing "Celebrate the Love" in the background, but it's really hokey in the end. It's only redeemed by John Williams' cue in to the epic traditional Star Wars ending. We finally reached the end of the epic destruction, dismantling of Episode 1. But what redeeming factors are there for this movie?
Lightsaber fight. I mean, it's a great lightsaber fight. Not much else.
Phil, I know you're the biggest hater of this movie out of the four of us, I think. Is there anything positive you can give back to it?
I liked Darth Maul for what he was. One thing I will say about this movie is, before it came out, man, I was pumped up about the whole thing. I went out with my brother, and he's a Star Wars super fan. He always has been. And we went out to the Toys R Us and got the dolls and shit. And it was a really cool time. It was really awesome. I had a lot of fun. Pretty much until the point that I actually saw the movie. And even the first time I was like, I was trying to trick myself into thinking it was a good thing. But it was nothing. I think Darth Maul was cool for the 5 minutes he was in. He should have been in longer. And I don't care about Anakin. I can care less about Anakin Skywalker. This is pretty much the beginning of the end for one of the greatest villains of all time.
Yeah. Anakin, he was kind of whiny like Luke, throughout the whole series. We get to see him as a kid, so I'm kind of forgiving of that factor. I do like the epic lightsaber fight. I thought it was very good. Done very well. Didn't really care about anyone else. I didn't care about their little ventures to Coruscant or Tatooine. I definitely hated the pod racing. Nothing really redeeming. I mean, like you said, the little droid cars, opening in the beginning of the movie, okay, them things are powerful, but the fucking Gungans can take them down. I mean, the Gungans went toe-to-toe with droids, fucking droid tanks, and droid cars. And you're telling me that Jedi can't do that? I mean, it's like they didn't do their research. They just kind of threw this together and just went with it. Oh, let's create things, Oh, midi-chlorians? Okay, that's cool.
Honestly, didn't even get into midi-chlorians and all that BS.
Well, we're talking about redeeming factors. We're not talking about detracting factors.
Oh, okay. All
right. We've had enough detracting factors for this movie. I was trying to exonerate it in some way, shape, or form, but really it's beyond redemption. Honestly, my final take on this movie is that you needed a lead up to Episode 3. Which is all anybody was really interested in to begin with, in my opinion, was how the original duel between Obi-Wan and Anakin went down, and what happened with that, and why did it happen to begin with. And I thought they did a really poor job of leading up to that whole deal. I mean, we'll get into that in the next podcast, obviously, with Episode 2, and yeah, dude, the whole Anakin's early story arc is it's really faulty. The fact that he's Jesus really disturbs me. That he was conceived by midichlorians would mean that he's a clone of his mother and would look exactly like her. And I don't think they, like you said, they didn't really think about what they were doing. They were just trying to tie it into Episode 3 somehow, and create this whole religion tie-in was kind of weird to me.